What's up, y'all? Happy Saturday. If you're watching this video when it premieres. So straight into it, like I always do. Men don't seem to enjoy giving oral sex to women. And it also seems like women don't really like performing oral sex on guys either. So I want to know, like, is that true? Women, do you really not like performing oral sex on your boyfriend, your husband? I know it's different outside of relationships because, hormones is going. Um, Also, if I sound a little nasally or like congested or whatever, I went out last night and had me a bomb ass time. So I've been yelling and screaming all night, so my voice is a little bit raspy. But um, yeah, I know it's different when you're not in when you're not in a relationship because you're not obligated to do it. You don't have to do it all the time, but it's fresh, it's new when you're with somebody that's random or whatever, or a friend or whoever that you decide to do it with. That's not somebody that you would normally do it with in a relationship. So it's different. But it just seems like I see it all the time. Men say, damn, she don't want to suck my, or a woman will say, well, he don't want to eat me out. All he wants to do is just like get straight to sex. Like, I don't get it. I want to be pleasured too. So I have these two articles because I know y'all hear me talking about Reddit all the time. So I'm gonna read these two articles from Reddit, and I'm gonna explain a little bit more, and then I want y'all to give me y'all feedback in the comments. So the first one, I'm gonna assume that this is from a man. So the guy says the title is "Men Do Not Have to Like Oral Sex or Foreplay." So he's basically saying we don't have to fucking like giving y'all head. So this is what he says. I've seen this a lot on the internet. Damn, just like me, I see it a lot. Men being shamed for not wanting to go down on their partner or liking foreplay in general. The bottom line is men don't have to do foreplay, and neither do women. We harp on consent when it's regarding things women want and don't want to do. Anal, oral sex, ironically, swallowing, in parentheses, protecting versus unprotected sex. But when men aren't comfortable with eating a hairy private part, when men aren't comfortable with eating a hairy private part, they are called selfish. They can't make a woman. They can't make a woman come. Misogyny, not a real man, laughing my ass off when there are actual risks to oral there are actual risks to oral, two being herpes and warts. Why can't we just say these people aren't sexually compatible? I'll admit the only foreplay I like is kissing and fingering. I don't like oral, never have. Does my consent not matter? Why should I be shamed into doing something that I sexually dislike? And the shaming comes from other men too. Damn, I never. Oh yeah. Some guys. Yeah, I have heard some guys shaming some guys. Like recently, I heard Tank. He's talking about guys need to fall in love with pussy more. I don't know nothing about that, but I mean, maybe he sees some stuff that's going on out here that I don't know about. Um, I do see a little bit of stuff, but I guess not as much as him. He's around that all the time. And the shaming comes from men too. Unfortunately, we have this culture where men's value is based on their sexual prowess. Or did he mean proudness or I don't know, prowess. You don't get bitches. These are in quotes. You can't pleasure a woman. Not all women are pleased the same way. Some women don't need much foreplay, get excited real easily, and they like penetrative sex just as much, if not more, than oral. But here we are in a society with double standards, and it's seemingly free pass given to people who shame men sexually. His last sentence says, "I feel like if the tables were reversed, we'd have feminists and leftists calling this rape culture." He's taking it a little bit extreme, but I get what he's saying. So he's basically saying and sticking up for men, saying we don't have to have oral sex and perform oral sex on you women. So clearly, he said he doesn't like to do oral sex. So that's an example of what I was saying. Um, Men don't really like performing oral sex on their girlfriend or boyfriend a lot, and it just seems like a problem. Okay, so here's a girl saying it. My boyfriend wants me to give him oral sex every single time we have sex. That's the title. She's a 27-year-old female. Her boyfriend is 25 years old. Expects me to give him head every single time we have sex. Am I wrong for not wanting to do this? Especially when there's no foreplay for me. He expects me to give him head first thing in the morning and gets upset if I don't want to do it. Also, I'm having a hard time with the fact that he is overweight and I feel like he needs to shower before we have sex because there's an odor. See, this is the thing, but hold on. I've never had an issue like this before, so I don't know how to handle it, and he gets offended easily. It's to the point where we hardly have sex. I also think he may be insecure and it takes him a minute to get over the insecurities and to tap into it. I'm not sure what to do. Help. Um, so she said my boyfriend wants me to give oral sex every single time we have sex. Okay, so this is the thing, and I think this is why communication is very important. You need to communicate with your partner. And I know that's very hard, and sometimes I have issues with communicating too, because sometimes you just want to do it. Like, I don't want to have to explain to you why I want to have sex with you. I don't want to explain to you why, like, I need you to touch me or whatever. But it's important because it's a two-way street. You're dealing with somebody who may not be interested at the moment, or they may not like what you're doing. Just because you're doing something and you do it amazing, you give the best head, you think you have the biggest penis, or you have the wettest vagina, all this different stuff. You feel like you're the best at whatever it is. It may not be what your partner likes or wants from you. They may want you to talk more, verbal. They want you to touch more. They want you to kiss more before sex. Like, they want you to do all these different things. So you got to communicate. And I think that's probably why men don't like to have do oral sex on women, and women don't want to have oral sex with the guys because both of them are not communicating. Like she said, he smells. She probably didn't even tell him that. Guys, you need to, y'all need a shower as much as possible because as men, we sweat more, testosterone, odor, we smell more sometimes than females, depending on the time of the month. And then females also as well. I know some guys will say like vaginas look nasty, and I think they see like the babies coming out and the period blood and all that stuff, so it kind of just turns them off unless they're with a stranger or a random person who they don't really see all of that stuff with. They don't see the baby coming out and the blood and all that stuff on a daily basis, so they forget about it in hindsight, and then they go ahead and do it with a stranger. But with their partner, it kind of turns them off because it's like, I see it all the time. I don't really want it. And, you're not really impressing your partner like that on that level like you would with a random. So, yeah, I just feel like the communication. So, if you're still watching this video, I'm almost getting up to 9 minutes. In the comments, let me know. Do you believe that women don't like performing oral sex on men? Do you believe that men don't like performing oral sex on women? And what's the problem with it? Like, how can they fix it? Like, give me some feedback on this topic because I really want to know what y'all think, because this is a very common thing that I see a lot. So I just want to know what y'all think. And my advice: communicate, over communicate, over communicate. Say it, say it, say it a million times. I don't like you touching me like, oh, you don't have to say it like that, but can you touch me like this? Can we do this? Can we try this? Can we try that? Like, I know some relationships where they don't even have sex at all. The man eats her out. She comes and maybe she might beat him off, or she might, whatever. He's good with just eating her out. He don't want penetration, all that stuff. Women don't want penetration all the time. Sometimes they want to get some head, and they don't want you to switch it up all the times. They want you to be consistent. Do it until they come. But yeah, it's a little bit too explicit for YouTube, I think. But let me know in the comments what y'all think about